Good morning to all of you. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. So in the last class, we are discussing about the central tendency, some descriptive measures of the data that give the information about the what kind of data we have, what is the central value, what sort of the dispersion there is, and like that. As far as considering with the only one variable, that is okay, getting that kind of information. But when the number of variables are involved, then we go for the some sort of the bivariate analysis, or you can say that when two variables are involved and we want to find out the relationship between that, we go for the bivariate analysis. If there is more than two variables involved and if we want to find the relationship, any correlation, whatever that may be between them, we go for the multivariate analysis. Also, there may be some correlation studies we can perform to find out the relationship between the different variables. Okay. So I think we have covered the basics of the statistics, and you know that to represent the spread, we can use the different terms, like already we have discussed about the variance and the standard deviation. Another very simple parameter used to represent the spread of the data is known as a range. You may be using range in the quality also when you are going to find out the upper limit of the control and lower limit of the control. The control limits for the any process. So there we use the range, or sometimes we use the standard deviation. So range is the maximum value of the data minus minimum value. Maximum xi is a different value of the data, and so minimum and maximum value, the difference of these two is known as a range. So two extreme values in a given data, right? And difference between them is known as a range. Generally, the population range is greater than or equal to the sample range. And it's obvious that if you are selecting some sample out of the population has each and every items or every data you are interested in, and out of that you are going to look upon some data. So population range cannot be less than the sample range, right? Okay, we'll get back to this one later. Now I want to share how to do the analysis and what we are expected using this book, because I didn't prepare the slide. Type of analysis we can have. So there maybe you can see the descriptive analysis already we have seen, that mean, median, mode, and other applications. If there is a different way, we can go for the correlation analysis. Let me enhance the size of this page. Okay. Yeah. Correlation studies, when there is a two or more than two variables and we want to determine with correlation between them, we can go for the correlation. Or for the multivariate, we can go for the multiple regression analysis, multiple discriminant analysis, and these kind of analysis are available in our statistical analysis of the data. Okay. Nova, canonical, like that one. Now, coming to the next page, let's say. So the most important measures we are interested, right, are these. Okay. The measures we are interested in the analysis is a measure of the central tendency, or you can say a statistical averages like mean, median, or mode. Already we have discussed about that one. Measure of dispersion, right, or a spread, that in terms of the variance, standard deviation, range. These are the parameters. In that terms, we can measure the dispersion, measure the symmetry or asymmetry of the data. How symmetrical, how the data is distributed about the mean position, or something like that. So this is known as a skewness, and that depends upon the values of the mean, median, and mode. We will see later on. Further, if there is a different variables, more than one variable, 2, 3, 4, 5, then what can be relationship between them? And measure of that is known as a measure of relationship. And fifth number is the other measures to determine the different kind of interest we may have in the such kind of the data, right? So let us start getting some. Okay. It is showing 2 pages one time. Okay. Let us stop sharing for the 1 minute. Let me optimize that page. Yeah. Okay, coming back to this book. Okay, someone is waiting. So we are discussing about the different type of the analysis. Okay, so here we've seen that there may be the 5 type of the summary or the statistical measures we are interested in, or any kind of the research we are going to do with the data. Okay, different tests we perform to measure the different kind of the relationship. Like for the central tendency, let's say, for the central tendency, 3 important measures we have, right? Mean, median, and mode. That already we have discussed. Some others also sometimes use as the geometric mean or harmonic mean, but they are not of the such a wide use, or they are the very limited application. For the dispersion, we have variance, standard deviation, and range, etc. These are the measures for the to measure the dispersion, how data is dispersed, how much spread there is, right? For the measure of skewness and curiosity, we mostly first measure the skewness based on the mean and median on mode. Okay, if all 3 are equal, there is no skewness. And depending upon their relationship, which is greater than, less than, like that one we measure. Kurtosis is also used to measure the thickness of the curve. of the frequency distribution, where you are going to achieve the peak value for the given distribution or curve, right? So using these, let us start with this. Already we have gone through the central tendency, so I'm not going to repeat this one. Okay, mean, median. You can read out the geometry happening. Again, the measure of the dispersion, we already talked about that one in the detail. Range. Some measure may be the mean deviation. Okay, mean deviation for the mean deviation for the median, mean deviation for the mode. Xi value will be remain same, only the value of this mean is going to change. For the mean, that should be x bar. For the median, that should be m, as we are denote the m as a median value, and mode value is denoted by z, right? In the last class, we have seen how to use these three, in the which cases we can use the mean, median, and mode. We can't apply mean all the times or median all the times or the mode all the times. There should be different cases, right? So we have to look upon the data, what kind of data we have. We have to see if there should be any extreme data or the outliers in the data we have, then we can't use the mean value. In that case, we can go for the median or mode. So that kind of information already you have. Okay. Yeah, these are the standard deviation formula. Already discussed this one, so I'm not going to discuss that in the detail. Okay. Today, yeah, skewness. This is the new one. If, as you know that x bar represents the mean, m represents the median, and z represents the mode. For a given data, whatever data you have, all these three values are equal, then you are going to get the perfectly symmetrical set. Means this line, average line or mean line, is going to show half of data this side, half of the data that side. Okay. And such kind of a technique known as the normal curve, right? So curve showing no skewness, in which we have mean, median, and mode, all three are equal to each other, right? If curve showing positive skewness, means maximum frequency value coming here skewed to the left side is the positive skewness, skewed to the right side is the negative skewness. And relationship will be like this one. Mode should be less than mode value. You know, on this axis, x-axis, let's say this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. On x-axis, we plot the value of the variables, parameter value, right? On the y-axis, we have the frequency, right? So if mode is value of the mode, parameter value of the mode is less than median, and that median is less than mean, in that case we are going to get this kind of skewness. This is not the symmetrical one, the skewed one. Okay, and these conditions go for this kind of skewness. So based upon the data calculation of the mean, median, mode, we can get the distribution or the distribution we have. That is the perfectly symmetrical, normally distributed, or that is skewed, or like that. And using the mathematical formula, you can calculate the skewness like this. Okay. Generally, that is equal to 3 into mean minus median value, right? And its coefficient in terms of the, using the standard deviation value, can be find out in terms of the J. Kurtosis is a measure of the flat topness of the curve, the distribution curve, how data is. A bell-shaped curve is a normal curve is mesocurtic because let's say, see the slip. So you can read about this in the details from the some books. Already I've given a book to you on the statistics, Montgomery. Okay, that is a very good book for the understanding this kind of the measures or parameters. Now coming to the other measures of the relationship. What measures of the relationship is? When till now we have discussed if there is only one variable, right? So it's mean, median, mode. Like now to measure the 1 minute, hold on. Oh, sorry, one extent was this. So measure of relationship means we are going to measure the some sort of the relationship between the two or the more variables. You know, if there is, let's say, variable x and y, what kind of relationship may be there? There may not be any relationship. There may be relationship. If there's maybe some correlation between them, how strong is that one? Right? And by that way, you are going to understand the phenomena. What is the research? Understanding the particular phenomena. What kind of relation there may be. So for that, we can go for does the relation exist between the is there a correlation between the two or more variables? If yes, of what degree? What is the strength of that relation? How much stronger that relation is? Or is there any cause and effect relation between the two variables in case of the bivariate? Bivariate means using the two variables, we are going to perform the analysis and finding out what kind of relation there may be. Symmetrical, reciprocal, asymmetrical, what kind of relation there may be between the two variables, and of what degree and which direction, right? So related to that, in the case of the bivariate population or for that kind of analysis, we have some tools like cross tabulation, Charles-Spearman's coefficient of the correlation, Charles-Pearson coefficient of correlation, right? These can be used. In the some cases, simple regression equations, and that may be sufficient regression analysis, right? In case of the multivariate means more than two. Okay, up to two is a bivariate. Multivariate means when the number of variables is more than two, multiple variables, and for that we have the correlation studies. Coefficient of the multiple correlation we can find, coefficient of partial correlation, and this kind of the measures can be calculated to know the relationship. That depends upon the case to case, what kind of information you want to extract, what you want to prove or establish in a particular research. If you want to establish some kind of the correlation between the two variables or the multiple variables, you can go for this kind of the measures. You can measure this value. Already you have the data. From the data, all things can be calculated. Okay, so don't worry about. If you have the data, you can calculate all these measures and establish the relationship. Like if the two variables, let's say Charles-Pearson coefficient correlation are Generally, this R value varies between -1 to +1, right? -1 means negative relationship, meaning reciprocal relationship. +1 means if you are going to increase one, same proportion, the, let's say, if you are going to increase the X value, in the same proportion, Y value you are also going to increase. That means that is, you can say, why till now people are joining? I don't understand. Okay, so there may be the direct correlation, positive correlation, or the negative correlation. That depends upon the negative and the positive value of this correlation coefficient. Okay, so using these formulas, you can easily calculate and you can relate how much, if this value is coming near to 0, coefficient value R value is coming near to 0, right? That means there is very less likely that there is a effect of the one another. One variable has the effect on the another variable. 0 means there is no correlation at all, right? If there is +1 or -1, there is a strong correlation. In +1, there is a positive correlation, one increasing, another increasing. If there is -1, that is a strong correlation, but in the opposite direction, right? Reciprocal one. So by using these coefficients, we can establish some relationship. All values you can easily measure from your data, right? Then to establish the relationship between the two variables, another method is the simple regression analysis. And you maybe know that generally we represent it like that. If the Y is the Y, basically, you know that there should be two variables. One is the independent variable, one is the dependent variable. Here, Y is the dependent variable that depends upon the value of X. That depends on the value of X. If you're going to vary the value of X, Y will change. Here, this cap upon the Y is showing that this is estimated value, not the actual one. This relationship is going to give you the estimate, right? So there should be A plus BX, like that kind of relationship can be represented by this kind of relationship. And you are supposed to find the value of these constants, A, B. There may be many more if there multiple regression analysis we are going to do. These values can be easily find out based upon the data you have, corresponding to each X and the Y value, right? So you can use these kind of equations to find the value of the B and A, right? And these are the correlation X and Y, and value of R can be worked out like using this equation. Here Xi are all the X values, right? Sorry, capital Xi, okay? Capital Xi is the, let's say, X1, X2, X3, so in place of that one we are representing the Xi. So summation of all the Xi value minus n X bar square, and like that you can use this formula to find out the B and A, that is a constant best fit line for your simple regression analysis. In Excel or the other statistical tool also, you can go for the best fit straight line equation. Directly you can get that equation. Directly you can get the line of that equation of that line from the graph plotted in the Excel or any other software, right? So there may be not need or to go for these kind of calculation, but you should have this idea how they are doing, how they are going to make the line best fit. Okay. For the multiple correlation and the regression, till now we have seen bivariate analysis, how to perform, what are different measures. There are so many measures depending on case to case. Depending upon case, you have to further read and find out what measures can be applicable. This class is limited to only introduction part. Okay. In the multiple correlation and the regression, we have two or more than two variables. Generally, for the multiple correlation regression, we have more than two variables. And equation may be like this one. You can see one is a dependent variable and others are independent variables. Like, let's say, if you want to study the effect of the speed, feed rate, depth of cut, etc., on the surface roughness in the machining operation on the lathe or using CNC, whatever that may be, any. So your output, the interest you have in the surface roughness, that is the dependent variable y, and all other variable, maybe here is speed or something like depth of cut, feed rate, whatever that, they may become the independent variable. Here y is the dependent variable, and you can make a relationship. You want to get a relationship between them. What can be the relationship? For that, we can go for the multiple correlation or the regression analysis, right? In the same procedure, we are going to find out all the coefficients. Same way, you can go for the partial correlation, like, and like that one. So that depends from the case to case. Right now, it is very way to explain any method without any example, right? So depending upon case, further you can do your study using the research methodology, techniques, books, or you can take the help of some online resources from the YouTube. There should be a lot of the tutorial available for these kind of analysis, right? So this part is about the data analysis, mean to introduce you to the different kind of tools, right? Different kind of tools that may be used for the analysis of the data. But remember, whatever we are going to do, we are interested in only 5 types of the analysis that already I have told to you using this. This is the, to get the information, these are the 5: central tendency, measure of the dispersion, measure of the symmetry, measure of the relationship. This is the most important one, measure of the relationship. Okay. When you want to establish the relationship between the different variables, very basic topics we have discussed, that is correlation analysis and the sorry, regression analysis or like that. Okay. There may be the other measures in your book. Okay. Let me thumbnails in terms of the content. Here you can see that there should be more and more things in the research methodology. If you want to study further about that one, like the different kind of a test we are going to perform to establish the relationship, like that one. Okay, like chi-square test and other tests. But it depends upon that particular area of interest, particular study, whether you're going to use it or not use it, right? So these are not the general topics. That depends upon the specific research interest. So detail about that should not be discussed or covered in this class. If someone interested, they can go through the books or the tutorials available online or something like that. If you have any problem you want to discuss, you are welcome all the time, right? So that was the basics about the data analysis and the data data collection methodology, right? If you have any question upon that one, we can discuss it right now. Okay. Now we want to finish this topic, not going in such a detail. If anyone have any question related to this topic, we can discuss right now. You know that the research is nothing, not like you can say that simple things like okay, you can do this, and your research is complete. Each kind of research is unique in itself, and that requires different kind of tools, different kind of analysis. The data you are going to collect, that may be one person is collecting some numerical data, that may be discrete. Someone has the continuous data, someone has the nominal, someone has the ordinal data. So depending upon that, we can apply the different kind of the tools, right? And not only upon the base of the data, what information you want to extract, right? What you want to prove. You want to prove the relationship. You want to prove some correlation or something else, that okay, you want to prove some hypothesis. On basis of that, you are going to choose your data analysis tool. Which tool should be selected, right? And there are a lot of the tools available. So okay, one chart I can show you how to select. Okay, let me show. If possible, if that is available in this book, let me see whether they must have in this book. How to select the type of the tools for your analysis. Let me see if that is given in this. Not having my own laptop. How to get list of items. Yeah. Yeah, this chart I wanted to show you. Okay. Analysis of data in broad way. These are the processing, how to prepare it, encoding, classification table. You're going to make the table or using the percentage like that. In analysis of data, if you're going for the descriptive or casual analysis, these are the tools. We have the unidimensional with the calculation of several measures like mean, median, mode, unidimensional. Bivariate when the two variables, multivariate when more than two variables, right? Let me bring it. Yeah. Yeah. So here you can say in the unidimensional analysis, we can have the measure of central tendency for the one variable, measure of the dispersion, measure of the skewness. You can have, you can perform the one-way ANOVA. I think we have discussed one-way ANOVA or something like that one in the design of experiment topic. If you're going for the bivariate analysis, we have the simple derivation, association of attributes, or the two-way ANOVA, right? Multivariate, multiple derivation, multi-ANOVA or MANOVA, you can say, and other kind of the analysis can do. Now this is the descriptive and the casual analysis, okay? Cause, base, like that. Inferential means there is data you want to infer something, refer something from that one. Based on the statistical tests, already we have covered the hypothesis testing, only up to the basic levels, okay? And some sort of the estimation of the parameter value like point estimate, interval estimate, that can be performed in the statistical analysis. So depending upon the what kind of relationship, what kind of objectives you have for a particular problem, you can choose the what kind of analysis you should go for using your data from this chart, right?